Hi, so how was it? What did you think?
It was great. Yes, you went in there so quickly before she even finished the induction.
It's natural now. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I can't explain. They were already here. As I closed my eyes and started listening to the sound of the singing bowl, I just they just start coming through. So
That's amazing.
and it's just different. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So they just start coming through. It's just
Mm.
becoming more natural, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But do
I
you
would,
have questions, both of you?
hmm Yes. Do you
Okay.
remember anything? Do you remember and
If
anything?
you,
And mm-hmm.
if you talk about it, I'll remember images.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk about what is said, it will
Yep.
pop into my head, yes.
We were trying to talk about the wars, and he said, Master said, not to worry about the wars too much. Stay where you are
Yeah.
and focus on yourself, you know. Um, so I didn't go too much into that. Um,
Yeah, it's not meant to anyone to be in panic.
hmm I feel like they were, I don't know, but they seemed, Master seemed to be like very calm. Even I feel like
Yeah.
the tone was was
No.
more, yeah. What do you think, Laura? Did he seem to be more gentle?
You know, um, I'm used to it now, but compared to Meteo, he is.
Yeah,
Mm,
they
He's
are.
much more. It's like they because they know what's going to happen. They know the outcome. You know, they know everything else. It's like they are much calmer, much more relaxed, and everything's going to be fine because they already know everything's going to be fine in the end.
mhm,
So they
There's a
don't.
different there's different energy levels as you progress there. So they have to be calm. They're like the masters. They just know. It's like a teacher, really. You just are. They know everything. But Amitiel and Michael are different realm and different energy. They're here to assist everybody. So it's totally different. Even Amitiel and Michael, they're the same. They're different levels because they have different roles. It's to do with the role you have and the wisdom. It's like they're old people, the masters. They're meant to be calm. They meant to just imagine an old teacher. That's all I can say. In robes. They don't have the robes, but that's how I see it. Beautiful.
mhm.
So they're never meant to be anxious or don't forget Amitel and I share 50-50, and they don't. So there's also that energy that is different. But they pick on your energy as well when they're talking.
Mm.
Archangel Michael showed up for a moment and he said hello.
Yes, because you recognize your voice.
Mm,
I think you
mm-hmm,
did recognize you.
mm-hmm.
He was
So,
next to me.
Maybe not. I think your screen is froze. Maybe
Oh,
you
yeah.
can switch off and switch back on the camera.
okay.
Okay, now we're
Right.
sorry for
Okay.
the interruption. We were talking
Oh,
about my part.
Yeah, my soul was there. He recognized the energy and he recognized everybody, but we're just talking. We're just like buddies next to each other.
mm-hmm,
It's funny because Amitia or me, every time I have a problem, I just talk to Michael. I asked him. I always did that without knowing, and my prayers always been answered in my life. I just didn't know. I always felt strong. Michael is the fighter, isn't it, with the sword, and I saw him. But he doesn't show that to me, okay? But I just had a feeling, and it's funny. But did you get the planets, how they were made and how everything was made?
Not so well, not so much how it was still about the Big Bang and how it shot out into pieces. Not I don't remember. What do you think, Vivien?
It wasn't shout.
The master said like Amithiel is an angel of truth, justice, and the planet. And so planet he created, but who's actually sending the souls is not Amithiel. Like
Yeah. Who did he say that created? Because I did ask
Master.
did he does anybody remember what the master said about who created humans?
Yeah, the masters. They pick up from the source because the masters imagine the source is a big ball of energy. And underneath, the ball is not sit on the ground. Underneath, there's the whole around, it's almost like they're together holding the source, all the masters. And it's beautiful to see these entities are just around the source protecting it, and they are the creators in a way. They pick when the source needs to give energy to new souls. So they are the masters because they are the creators. Because it had to be someone to create, or some entity to create humans or beings. It's not just humans, okay? Beings. Every being. Plants, animals, ETs, whatever beings on this or other planets. So that's how it happened. They pick little bits of the source and transform it and go to learn about the life they're gonna do, whether start to be a plant or an animal. And then the last one is the beings. Not necessarily Earth is the last place, but beings, like with mind. Because there's an evolution. You can't just get out of the source and go straight to Earth. There's always a plan in place. There's how do you say, there's a process. That's it. There's a process in place. You can't just go from, when you're school, you go from grade 1 until the end, until university is the same. What else?
Yeah.
I really appreciate, Vivien. In the end, you brought up the war again, though. I forgot what you asked, but you did ask some really good questions about some of the stuff that we had discussed, what the masters had said. I just remember you asking again about the war, even they didn't want to talk about the war anymore. So I really appreciate you. Because I think
because I get told off a lot because of this.
But those are the burning questions that we have, and I wanted to go more into it, but I let the master talk, and it just sounds like that right now.
The war is a topic they don't like to discuss because that was created by men and not by anyone else. And the war in itself is against the whole point, okay, of us ever being created. We created war, and that was not the point. The point was love, because it's called as I understand now, is a planet of love, or was a planet of love. But we humans decided with ego and greed and all what's happening to create war. Because they are against it, they decide there's no point of talking, there's no point of discussing it. We are ending war through the new earth, through the new process they're going to put in place with weather and the elements, because that's the only thing they have. Because at the end of the day, we still have free choice, and that's the problem. They're never going to remove free choice, but they're going to make sure whoever comes incarnated will have embedded in themselves some sort of DNA that makes them understand the purpose of life and the purpose of each one.
And if I can fill the gap here, because I'm not sure if I published that video or not. I don't think I haven't. What I found out is that masters, or including Amityville, they don't create war. War is not means they use to cleanse the earth. But what they do is that what I found out is that they use that as an opportunity, because through war, many people die. So masters and other beings, they are using that as an opportunity that souls who are ready to go, they go in that way. So they don't waste any kind of things that human creates.
Because war creates unnecessary death, and they are against it. That it's not planned. Like someone comes and murders us out of the blue, and that wasn't planned. Because again, there's free will. They might. That's why there's the chaos that we are in, because of free will. But they're not taking free will away. They're going to give us a new opportunity in the future generations, obviously, to remember what's all about. And you're going to see new generations with a lot of knowledge. You're already seeing, they know too much. So that's the way they just done it. I think it's brilliant. It's clever, isn't it? Could have just wiped us all out, couldn't I?
Vivien, what did you understand about, how they were talking about how the new Earth? To me, I get the impression that the new Earth is still in the old Earth almost, but that.
So it's not kind of two separate things. It looks like there are a lot of overlapping. It overlaps, and it's a process of 250, because there are so many dimensions. We are living in this dimension, but there are other dimensions as well, and they're going through the same kind of process. So can you imagine, like, all dimensions needs to be cleansed together, so we cannot really set a clear line.
It's almost like they're clearing it to soul by soul as they die. As souls die, new ones come in the new vibration. But imagine wiping so many billions. You can't. So that's why it takes so long, because also they are seeing how is the old generations interacting with the new ones. It's all still an experiment. It is set in stone, but they still want to see, because you can't just, again, everybody still has free will. This is the problem.
And also Master mentioned that dimension is one of the very complex things to explain it, so we understand. But one thing I noticed that Master gave us an example, like when you're standing in the streets, some people just
and they're not going to see you.
Like as if they didn't see us.
They don't see you.
So it's just one example that we are physically in the same space, place, but we don't interact, and that's also different dimension too.
So that's
There are
in the
other dimensions
physical
as well. Yeah.
That's how in the physical manifests. It's right now. Probably see your neighbor, say hello, but you don't interact. You don't have a connection. That's how you sometimes feel connected to some people and others you don't. It's not just because it's karma or whatever, soul family, but it's also you're thinking that now some people are awake, others are not. They're not going to interact with you. They might do, but they don't you don't have anything in common. So you're just gonna go your separate ways. It happens as well with family. Anyone. As soon as you transform your energy, as soon as you start transforming the energy, everything around you transforms. That's how it works.
But what was interesting was about the dream. Like some people go to many different dimensions, and if you're a new soul, relatively like a new soul, they don't send that soul to the different dimensions at night. That was new and quite interesting, and that makes sense, to be honest.
It means that some of you might remember, others might not, but it doesn't mean you're not going to another dimension. Okay? So you might not remember your dreams, but it means you can go. You just don't remember them. That's physiological, not necessarily not in a different dimension. That has to be assessed person by person. It's to do with the amount of work you've done in your soul on the other side, how much you ascended. And he works, the dimensions work in order for you to progress quicker.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I thought it was very cool.
It's very efficient way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all living probably in different places. I am.
Laura, anything that was said different than any new information that came through for you?
Do you know what? It's funny because a lot of what was said I've heard in previous sessions, one, and two, when it was mentioned about you pass down the street and you won't interact with certain people, that was given to me a couple of years ago when I was going through everything, because they were trying to make me understand. I didn't understand it at the time, but in terms of, I didn't really know it was called different dimensions and vibrations and things like that. But you walk down the street and just say two people are walking down the street at the same time, one on either side. Your perception of one end of the street to the other, and your experience from one end of the street to the other is going to be completely different, because your vibration is on a different level. So that was just confirmation for me that what I was told back then, I wasn't crazy about it, because I didn't voice it to no one. So that was interesting. But a lot of what was said, it's like I already have a knowing of it, but I can't verbalize it. But when I hear it, it's like my soul is like, yes, I know.
So there's confirmation, isn't it?
Yeah, more of it was confirmation today about everything. And it's funny because I don't really, given what's happening in the world and the wars and everything like that, I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about nothing, because my soul already knows that it's where it's supposed to be. If you need to move anywhere or know anything, you'll be given the information at the time, in the moment. But as much as I know this, sometimes obviously you can't help but go, oh my God, a little bit of anxiety here and there. But it's just, again, it was just confirmation. A lot of what happened today was just confirmation of what deep down I already knew. But it's nice to know I'm not crazy.
You do know talking about dimensions. So it's like this: you're here, and then you move to, imagine it's 10 dimensions, and you're living this life. The next one, you're still living this life, but the house is slightly different color. It goes like that until the end. It changes completely. It's still your you still recognize it's like
There is some elements that
there are elements you recognize, but you don't recognize it's a tool. But that's how it works. Each one has different colors, different, and even the people are the same sometimes, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's astonishing. I found it when I dream like that. I find, whoa, I know this place, but it's not this place. But that's how it works if you remember it.
And even if you remember, I guess, how we interpret it is through our ego as well, like a conscious mind. So it might not be accurate or
well, if you
literally
don't
what it-
remember very details, it is accurate.
Mm.
If you remember specific details, you will be accurate because you're not using the ego when you're asleep.
But when it doesn't make sense,
oh, yeah, you might
Mhm.
interpret something, but it's very vivid. Usually, it's really vivid. It's like, oh my God, what was that? And you're just in panic almost. What was that? But what about your personal messages? That's
Oh,
what I'm more interested.
I think your screen also froze now. It happened
Mine?
a few times.
Okay.
It's okay. Might be
Nice.
your internet.
Yeah, I live in a rural place up in the
Okay.
mountains, so the signal is not
I
very
see.
good.
You know,
Is
I
it working
saw-
better?
I saw.
It's a black screen at the moment.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
It's okay as long as you hear us.
Mhm. I do.
Look, I saw the mountains. Like, I could see the mountains where you live with sometimes snow at the top.
Yes.
I
I'm
saw
like,
them, and I saw a
Oh.
beautiful river. It's not very wide. It's like a small, like, you know, it's not river, like big water. What's
big stream?
it's a stream almost.
Well, there's different parts where the river is, and then it comes narrower, so it just does different things, our river. The river where I live, it's from the movie The River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt.
I never saw that.
Oh, okay.
I've been interested because I've seen the whole, not the Yellowstone, but the previous ones. The mountains, beautiful with sharp coldness sometimes, and then down like the prairie, whatever you call it, down